I just returned from the Senate floor where I voted for Senator Tim Kaine's resolution disapproving the president's use of force in Iran and forcing the administration to move those forces back until there is due discussion here in Congress and with the American people. I should begin by saying I have no sympathy whatsoever for the Iranian regime or for Leader Khamenei or all of the damage that they have done to Americans, to their neighbors, and particularly to their own people. What bothers me about where we are, and the reason I voted yes today, is that going to war is the most solemn step that any country can make. The framers of our Constitution knew that. They explicitly, and I mean in so many words, said that Congress are the people to declare war, not the president. The president has the power to protect our country against imminent attack, something that's happening in the moment. A missile headed for our shores, people trying to invade our country in California or Maine or anywhere else. But he or she does not have the power to choose to enter a war, a major conflict, committing American treasure and lives without the consent of the American people as expressed by their representatives in Congress. In this case, there was no consultation, there was no discussion, there was no debate, and the American people deserve to know why we are doing this and what the next steps are. And one of my problems was that I could not determine, A, why now, what was the precipitating factor, secondly, why there was no consultation of a serious nature with Congress, and then finally, what's next? Now, the question becomes, what is the end game for the administration? As you know, the rationale, the supporting arguments for this action have been varied and different every day this week. And that bothers me because it indicates to me that the administration did not have a clear rationale for going in or a plan for what happens now. And here's what is really bothering me. I'm worried about the good people of Iran who don't like their regime, who have been in opposition and want to change their form of government. Our president has encouraged them to go out and take action to change the government. He encouraged them back in January and told them, quote, "We have your back." The problem is we didn't have their back, and the estimate is 30,000 opposition people in Iran were killed. I fear that the same thing can happen now. The President, the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Defense are all saying to the Iranian people, rise up, now is your opportunity. That is a hollow promise if all we are doing is air power. We are not going to be able to protect the people of Iran from their own evil government from the skies. The implication is there have to be troops on the ground. And one of two results is almost inevitable. One is that we do have troops on the ground, and if that's going to be the case, the president should tell us that. That's one of the costs of war, and the American people should know what they're committing to. The other option is no support to the opposition people in Iran, and they get slaughtered once again by what's left of this evil regime. Both of those options, it seems to me, are dangerous, and the American people should be told what is the end game here. That's why I voted yes today, and that's why I believe it's the obligation of the president and the administration to tell us, number one, why was this done? And number two, why now? And number three, what are the next steps? The people of America deserve to have an answer to those questions.